Let's get gentlemen to my review for Survivor Series. No, I'm late, but I was busy, got some other stuff I had to do, but yeah. Finally finished up the show. So, yeah. Overall, it was a good show. Really, really good show. A great show, even. But nothing spectacular, and I would probably say that last year's was better. But that's just me, so let's just jump right in. So, now I usually don't ever talk about the pre-show because I don't watch the pre-show, but I found out that the tag team match, between between the New Day, the War Raiders, and the Undisputed Era was put on the pre-show because of course it is, because fuck tag team wrestling in the eyes of Vince McMahon. So I watched the match. Really, really good match. 3 great tag teams that go at it. Great stuff. Would have been better if the Rivals there said the New Day, because, did you see their match on NXT? Great shit. But, great stuff. Good show. Overall, good match. So, next, the first match we had on the card was the women's NXT match, which we had Team SmackDown, Team NXT, and, of course, Team Raw. Raw, we had Charlotte, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Natalya, and I can't remember her name, but the Viking chick from the Riot Squad, I forget, Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan, that was her name. SmackDown was Sasha Banks, Nikki Cross, Dana Brooke, for some goddamn reason, Carmella, and Lacey Evans. And of course, Team NXT, where we had Rhea Ripley, Toni Storm, might I say she's hella hot, Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, and my girl, Io Shirai. This match was great. Started off a bit slow, but definitely picked up around the end of the match once we got to the final showdown between Sasha Banks and Rhea Ripley. That was great stuff, man. She's 23 years old, and she's out here killing, man. I've heard some people actually say that she is pretty much what Becky Lynch is, the new Becky Lynch. I would agree. She's been booked the way Becky Lynch should have been booked. This is back when the man first came out. The man, with Rhea Ripley here. Now, I still love Becky Lynch, but definitely back when she was on SmackDown chasing after Charlotte for the women's title, back when they had their match at Evolution, that was probably the peak of the man, and also her time going up to WrestleMania. That was probably the peak, was when she was chasing Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's title for WrestleMania. So, this match was great. I must say, one thing I loved was there was a showdown between Candice LeRae and Lacey Evans. And, Lacey Evans is talking, trying to be like, "You nasty." And then Candice LeRae proceeds to show her how to throw a punch. Take notes, Lacey Evans, because your women's right fucking sucks. So, yeah, Candice LeRae did a good job showing you how to punch. So that was great. Bianca Belair looked amazing. Io Shirai, I love the little, there was a... Okay, this was both funny and cringy at the same time. Okay, so there was this one time where we had where we had Io going against Kairi. They had their nice little stare-up, because of course we know these two have history with the Sky Pirates and NXT, which we should have seen them go against the Boss Out Connection at TakeOver, but I digress. But, they were going at... Then there was Carmella being like, Hey, she's trying to get in the match, and I was hoping that they would both super kick her or something, but they don't. She ends up getting involved. They end up pushing her away. Then then she tags in Dana Brooke, and Dana literally just sits there while Io and Kairi are just going out. She was probably like, I am a catering VIP. I can't wrestle for shit, so why should I sully this person? I'll just stay here and wait for my spot, which is what she did. So yeah, she got. I don't even remember who I think Io eliminated her? I'm not sure. But anyway, okay, now let's talk about the controversial part of this match, which of course was with Io Shirai and Candice LeRae getting eliminated and the ways they got out. Now, Io got eliminated, or got taken out from the match for during the rest of the match by a spear from Charlotte. Now, that one I did not mind as much as what happened to Candice, simply because Io sold the shit out of that spear, so it made it a little bit more believable, and plus you also got to remember everything they went through with Taker Woods. I still don't think they should have gotten taken out at all, or carried out, because, did you watch War Games? So it's a double-edged sword. I can understand it because of War Games, at the same time, did you watch War Games? Because I really think they could have, pushed it on a little bit for the rest of the match. But that's just me. Ken and Kairi just got eliminated by a shitty, absolutely weak-looking super kick from Carmella. Really? You're doing this to Kairi? You're doing this to Candice? Really? You're doing Candice dirty by doing that, man. But anyway, Tori Storm looked great. Bianca Belair was fantastic. I love that little matchup she had with Charlotte Flair. Great stuff. Sasha Banks, of course, was great as always. And then, like I mentioned before, I love the final match that we had between Sasha and Rhea Ripley. It was absolutely great stuff. So Team NXT comes out on top, of course, after Candice and Io came back to help out Rhea take the victory over Sasha Banks. So, yep, overall, that was a really, really, really great match. So next up we had the triple threat between the AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Roderick Strong. This match was good, but not very exciting, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Like, it wasn't boring, it was great, it was good stuff from the three guys that know how to wrestle, but just not really that eventful, So, I did like the way Roddy won, where AJ Styles hit his phenomenal forearm, and then Roger comes out of nowhere, throws AJ to the side, and then pins Shinsuke. So that was pretty cool. I was kind of surprised he didn't win that one, because I'm with JD on that one. I think AJ should probably won that match, but hey, glad to see NXT looking strong with Roderick Strong. So, yeah, next up we had the I believe we had the NXT title match between Pete Dunne as well as Adam Cole. This match was awesome. I mean, but would you? And I first got to say, how the fuck is Adam Cole still standing? Like, after War Games, how is this man still alive? And you could tell that he still hasn't recovered because of the way he was kind of moving. You could tell this from all of them at the Undisputed Era. All of them moved a little bit more sluggish than they usually will because, of course, they just finished up War Games the night before. But yeah, there was so many great. Of course, you got Pete Dunne doing his little arm, but I gotta say, Jesus Christ, my God, Kevin Dunn, gonna kill you to watch at least one episode of NXT. Because first off, they play replays of the final of Ciampa doing the fall away. What was it called? Fall away slam, I think it was called, or whatever. That move where he did off the top of the cell and landed through 2 tables. That spot. What's it called? Fall away slam, or was it something else? I think it was whatever. But whatever the case may be. They played that while he was doing the Adam Cole, baby. Then when he does his boom, that's when they zoom out. When you're supposed to zoom out, when he says Adam Cole, baby. Like, Jesus Christ, could have killed. Just get the NXT team to do this at this point. But whatever. Mini rant aside on that. Which also one other thing. Marlo was nowhere to be seen on commentary. We'll talk about. We'll talk about it right now because we're talking about the NXT title. So, first off, I must say, fuck Corey Graves. That man is probably the biggest piece of shit in the company. No, there's also Vince. And there was Jordan Miles back when he was still there, when he was bitching about, they hold down us and shit. So, maybe not, but, okay. Now, I'm not going to give you the whole story because I don't have all of it on me. I'm going to be looking for the tweets while I'm talking. But Corey, during TakeOver while it was airing, pretty much said something along the lines of, Marlo doesn't let anyone else on the commentary speak. He doesn't let Nigel speak. He doesn't let Beth Phoenix speak. He says, I forget the exact tweet. It's still up for some goddamn reason. I don't know why. I don't know why this asshole just doesn't get. First off, if this man has a legitimate problem, I'll tell him. This proves that he wanted to just fuck with Marlo and probably just want to ruin his day. Because we know the man suffers from bipolar depression and anxiety, so this was not helping his case. If he had a problem with Marlo, he would have probably taken it, privately to him and and tell him to him privately. But because he did this publicly, he did this just to fuck him over. He said, "Just for the record, guys. I know you wouldn't know this, but there's actually a WWE Hall of Famer and a former Ring of Honor champion on commentary. I imagine they had a lot to offer. Shrug emoji, #TakeOver War Games." Yes, because apparently Marlo doesn't let anyone speak, even though Beth Phoenix and Nigel McGuinn's got plenty to say during War Games. And then this motherfucker has the balls to tweet out then 3 things that cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. This is a quote from Buddha. And the funny thing is, right before the tweet, right before this one, where he said, about what he said about Marlo, he said, social media has made too many of you comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the mouth. Funny you say that, Corey. Then, of course, when that tweet came out, more of those managers came out there and tweeted that same image. And, of course, and then he doubled down on this bullshit, saying other stuff like it's far more convincing to be the human condition to be mad than be wrong. He then tweets at Dave Meltzer saying, you uninformed false narrative pushing liar, my phone works, you're a journalist, right? You can find my number. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, admit to your bullshit, man. And now, because I now have him blocked on Twitter. Fuck Corey Graves. And fuck. Now I'm sure that was not, and I'm sure Marlo didn't want to do it because he didn't want to have Vince's ear again. Because remember, that's the whole reason he left SmackDown was because of Vince and JBL. But I digress. Like, this is such. I get it's a cutthroat injury, but Jesus fucking Christ, it's some basic human decency too much to ask from these fucking people. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on. Why would? He should also be taking cues from Marlo because his commentary sucks! I find Corey Graves so fucking annoying with this whole like, oh, the goddess, oh, Mandy Rose, and his bickering with Brett Byron Saxon on SmackDown. Jesus Christ! Ugh, like, this man should be taking lessons from Marlo and Nigel, who are actually good at their job. Now, I'm not going to diss them completely. At TakeOver, what was it? What's TakeOver was it? Chicago, I think it was, or no, was it TakeOver Dallas? The one where Sami Zayn went against Shinsuke. This commentary was actually pretty good there. But yeah, this is some fucking bullshit, man. The fact he still these tweets up and he hasn't apologized for it is fucking sickening to me. But whatever. What else do you expect from this fucking guy who thinks he's Bobby the Brain Heenan? I don't even know. I've never even listened to any Bobby the Brain Heenan. I know he would be better than this fucking clown. Anyway. So, back to the NXT title match. Great stuff. One spot I did love was where Pete Dunne was doing a moonsault, and then Adam Cole by some reason managed to hit a super kick while he was turning over. There was some other stuff where he like landed a Panama Sunrise around the apron. Looked brutal. Tons of other crazy spots. There was also this one where they were just slapping each other in the chest, and then Adam Cole hit him with like a right to the shoulder, hit him with like a right shoulder, and then Pete Dunne returned with an even more devastating looking shoulder hit, right elbow hit. Looked great, man. Or forearm hit. Yeah, man, this match overall was great. Adam Cole, of course, retains, and yeah. So what else? What do we have next? I'm pretty sure next up was of course the Universal title match between D. Bryan and, of course, The Fiend Bray Wyatt. This match was awesome. This is definitely, out of all the matches we've seen with The Fiend, without a doubt my favorite. I love this match. D. Bryan bringing back the yes move for a bit, when he was going for the running knee and stuff, looked amazing. It was nice to see D. And, The Fiend looked great, Bray Wyatt looked great. I know a lot of people don't like the red lighting, especially JD. I honestly don't mind the red lighting. If they got rid of it the next match The Fiend was in, and if they got rid of it, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. I'll be like, oh no, man, you should bring back the red light. I would be like, okay, I don't mind it, but I can see why people don't like it. So yeah, D. Bryan did a lot of crazy stuff. Like, of course, you had the yes kicks where The Fiend was like, more. And one thing I did like, what The Fiend said was, remember me. When D. Bryan was around, like, I think that's when he caught him, and when The Fiend caught D. Bryan and then hit him with a sister's Abigail. Because now you guys remember, D. Bryan and Bray Wyatt have quite a history. If you guys remember, back in Rhode Island, back in I want to say 2013 when D. Bryan was actually part of the Wyatt family for that time, and he betrayed the Wyatt family, took off the overalls, and started doing the yes chant in that steel cage match. My God, I remember I was like 13 at the time, and man was fucking losing his shit. Everybody was on their feet. I'm pretty sure that's what Bray Wyatt is referring to. Or just referring to the whole time he had with the whole feud he had with Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family during that time. Either way, nice little Easter egg thrown in there from Bray Wyatt. So yeah, of course, Bray Wyatt wins with the mandible claw and retains. I like the way where the referee hands him the title and then Bray kind of like jumps at him and grabs the title and the ref just bolts. That was some great stuff. So next up, let's talk about the men's Survivor Series match. That one, we of course had Team SmackDown, Team Raw, and Team NXT, which we had, for Raw, we had Seth Rollins, who was rocking Chicago Bulls colors, and of course got booed out of the building, because of course he did, just after what he said about Punk. Ricochet, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. SmackDown, we had Roman Reigns, King Corbin, Chad Gable, Mustafa Ali, and Braun Strowman. And Team NXT, we had Tommaso Ciampa, Matt Riddle, Damian Priest, and Keith Lee. Am I missing anyone? I feel like I'm missing one. Oh yeah, Walter. How could I forget Walter? Oh yeah, because he was eliminated in the first 5 minutes. Yeah, you know, the guy that defeated Pete Dunne's 800-day plus reign as UK champion, Walter, undefeated, Walter. And you know, and the man is the first to get eliminated. You know, like first of all, I gotta say Walter looked great, but I hate the fact that he got eliminated first because like the man's been undefeated, been booked very strongly, and this is how you treat him. Oh, it's the main roster. Should you be that surprised? And I gotta say, I love the Chicago crowd because when Walter got eliminated, they were chanting bullshit. Thank you, Chicago. I love you. So anyway, this match was great. Same problem from the first one. Definitely started off a little bit slow, but definitely picked up around the end. I gotta say, I love that little that whole throughout the match we had this whole bickering between Roman Reigns and King Corbin because of course they've been bickering all over SmackDown, but like, oh, I'm the real leader of the team, yada yada yada. Of course, Roman Reigns spears Corbin, and of course Tommaso Ciampa gets the win. One thing I gotta praise was the last 2 or 3 minutes of the match where we had my man bask in his glory, Keith Lee and Roman Reigns. This was awesome. Keith Lee was hitting moonsaults, but he missed that moonsault. And my God, did that man sell the shit out of Roman Reigns here? He got turned inside out. It was a great match. Of course, Roman was going to go over because you really think Vince is going to let NXT get over Roman Reigns? You gotta be out of your fucking mind. But great match. Of course, Roman and Keith had a little bit of a fist bump. Great stuff. So yeah, that match was awesome. That match was pretty good. Especially the last 5 minutes was awesome. So after that, we had the WWE. The WWE Championship match was next between Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio. This match was awesome. Every time Brock Lesnar's in a small room with a smaller guy like Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio, it's great stuff. I love first off, of course, it started off as a one-sided beatdown from Brock Lesnar, but of course Rey started to pick up it. And I gotta say, I love Rey's attire. You guys remember at WrestleMania 25 when he dressed up as Heath Ledger's Joker? He brought that back, but as Joaquin Phoenix's. Thought that was cool. Yeah, I love Rey Mysterio. But then, later on in the match, while Rey's getting his ass beat, Dominic comes in there with a white towel ready to throw in the towel. Yes, it's gonna be full gear up in here. But Brock just tosses the table around and then just starts throwing, Dominic around. But Rey manages to get a low blow. Then Dominic gets a low blow. Then both Rey and Dominic hit a 619 on Brock Lesnar. Then Dominic jumps for the top rope. Then Rey, and they both stack on top of each other to pin Brock Lesnar. He of course kicks out and wins with an F5. It was amazing. Those last 3 minutes was awesome when Dominic was getting in the action. The man looks great. He does his 619 beautifully, but of course he does. He's Rey Mysterio's son. If he couldn't, then we got a problem. But great match overall. Amazing match. And finally, we had the women's match between Becky Lynch, Shayna Baszler, and Bayley. This match was fine. There was nothing really that exciting about it, but I wouldn't necessarily call it was boring. But I guess it kind of was. But it could have been better. It could have been a lot better. I don't know what happened. It was probably because Shayna just did War Games the night before. I'm not sure, but I thought the match could have been way better than it ended up being because these are three of the top women, the top best women in the company right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if Shayna just couldn't give it 100% because, of course, of War Games. So overall, great stuff. I did like the opening where Becky and Shayna look at each other. They just don't even bother looking at Bayley, or they do. They just they look at her and they just keep looking at each other. It was great stuff. I did like how Bayley was getting a lot of offense coming in there, going in from behind to prove that she is not, an afterthought, that she is the real deal. And I've been loving Bayley's heel character. Which one thing I forgot to mention, I love the new IC title design, man. Oh, it's so good. I love it. So, yeah, of course, Shayna Baszler comes out on top with the Karafuda clutch on Bayley, and she taps out. Shayna goes and does her usual celebration, but of course, she does it right on top of Becky. Of course, Becky gets the last laugh, and she holds up her belt and be like, yeah, this is my show, you know. What'd you expect from the man? So, one last thing. I love the fact that Ricochet came down as Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond. Fucking love shit. So he's come out as Nightwing, All Might, and Batman Beyond. I love it. Who's next? Captain Marvel? Please be Captain Marvel next. I would love if he came out as Carol Danvers, just like Johnny Gargano did at TakeOver New York, or not New York, TakeOver 25. Man's gonna lose his shit. So yeah, that was Survivor Series. Overall, great show, but definitely last year was better. So overall, I'm gonna give this show an 8.5 out of 10, guys. So tell me down below what you guys think. Did you love Survivor? Did you hate it? Was TakeOver? How much better was TakeOver? Tell me all that down below, and tell me how much of an asshole Corey Graves is for you know, fucking over Marlo. You know, the best commentator in the game. Yeah. Fuck Corey. I never liked him to begin with, but now I can't fucking stand him. Man, you gotta love wrestling sometimes. You gotta. So, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, flag, at least down the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She's too bad.